You know what's interesting? Confidence doesn't always come from the big things in life. We think confidence comes from landing that dream job, losing 20 pounds, or completely reinventing ourselves. But sometimes confidence actually comes from something much smaller. Something as simple as upgrading the way you take care of your hair. And I know that might sound a little superficial at first, but today I want to talk about why it's actually not superficial at all. And you might be surprised, because the way we care for ourselves, even something like our hair, can have a massive impact on how we show up in the world. And that's important, especially for women over 50 who are in a season of rebuilding, rediscovering, or reinventing themselves. So today, we're going to talk about how leveling up your hair care routine can actually level up your confidence too. And let me tell you, it totally leveled up mine when I could look in the mirror and be happy with what I saw. So, let's dive into it. Hair has always been connected to identity, whether you want to admit it or not. Across cultures, across history, across generations, hair has always been a symbol of how we express ourselves. It's part of how we present ourselves to the world. And when our hair feels good, we feel different. I used to hate looking in the mirror, but now it is such a different feeling. We stand a little taller. We walk into rooms differently. We feel more like ourselves because we actually like what we see. But the opposite is also true. When your hair feels dull, thinning, or dry, or even just unmanageable, it can quietly chip away at your confidence. And that quiet chip can make a big difference over time. And here's something a lot of women don't realize. It's not just about appearance. It is about control. When life feels chaotic, when relationships end, careers shift, or we're starting over, the small things we take care of for ourselves become anchors in your life. And something like your hair routine, it can become one of those anchors for you. I bet you never thought of it this way, did you? Well, keep on listening, because I got more. So, one thing I've noticed talking to women in their 50s and beyond is that many of us are still using the same hair care habits we used in our 20s. Is that you? Because honestly, it was me up until 8 years ago. Same type of shampoo, same routine, same approach. And when I say same type, I mean like drugstore brand or salon brand. But honestly, our hair changes as we age. Your hormones shift, your scalp health changes, and that deserves extra love from your hair care products. Your hair density can also change as well as your hair texture. And if our routine doesn't evolve with us as we get older, our hair can start to feel like it's working against us instead of with us. And honestly, my hair was working against me pretty much my entire life. Sometimes confidence doesn't require a huge makeover. Sometimes it's simply a decision. A decision of, I'm going to take better care of myself. Not because someone else told me to, because some people will tell you that, but because I deserve it. And that is what makes the difference. If you're doing it for you and you know that you deserve it. So, one of the biggest shifts happening in the beauty industry today is a focus on scalp health. And this was not talked about at all years ago, but it is becoming very important and very trendy. For years, we focused almost entirely on the hair strand, but hair actually grows from the scalp, and the scalp is skin. And just like we take care of our facial skin, our scalp needs care too. Healthy hair starts with a clean scalp, good circulation, balanced oils on your scalp, and nourishment at the root. If your hair is oily and you are washing every day because of that, the natural oils on your scalp are not balanced. When you start treating your scalp like skin, not just hair, you often see dramatic changes in the quality of your hair. And when your hair starts to look healthier, it absolutely will change how you feel. And that is such a good feeling if you haven't had it already. Listen, confidence isn't something that magically appears in life. It's something we build through our actions. And granted, we'll have setbacks, but those setbacks lead to setups. Every time you choose to take care of yourself, you send a message to your brain. You send the message of, I matter, I'm important, and I deserve this, and I'm worthy of this. And for many women, especially those who have spent years taking care of everyone else, that message can be very powerful. When you take time to wash your hair properly, everything will change. When you use products that nourish your scalp, when you protect your hair from damage and split ends and dryness. Guys, it may seem small to you, but those small actions absolutely will reinforce your self-worth. And self-worth is the foundation of confidence. So, how much do you love yourself? How much do you love when you look in the mirror, you love what you see? That's what builds confidence. But here's the part people don't talk about much. When you feel better about something as simple as your hair, which is not something that people think about all the time, it spills over into other areas of your life. For example, you might speak up more. You might take more chances. You might not care what others think about you. You might show up online more confidently. You might start sharing your story. You might start pursuing things you used to feel intimidated by, or that you swore you would never do. Confidence creates momentum, and sometimes the spark for that momentum starts with something incredibly simple, like deciding to upgrade how you care for yourself. And that, for a lot of people, is something that they don't feel like they need or they deserve. But let me tell you, it is. So if you're in a season of rebuilding your life, or discovering who you really are, or stepping into your next chapter, just know, I want you to remember this very important fact. Confidence doesn't always start with giant life decisions. Sometimes it starts with tiny commitments to yourself. Taking better care of your hair, taking better care of your body, and overall, taking better care of your mindset, because that is where everything starts. Those little acts of self-respect build something powerful over time. And before you know it, you're standing taller, you're speaking with more certainty, you're speaking with more authority, you're showing up in the world as someone who knows their worth. And that, my friends, is the real glow up. Not perfection, not an overnight transformation, just consistent care for the woman you are becoming.